all the students, welcome to the online course of Matrix Methods of Structural Analysis. So in this course, in unit number 5, that is analysis of portal frame using structure approach and member approach. So in that we have completed member approach. Now let us see the numerical over structure approach of stiffness matrix method for the analysis of portal frame. So here is the problem statement. So as it is mentioned in problem statement, you have to solve this problem using structure approach, take EI constant and neglect axial deformation. So frame problem that was shown to you in this figure. So here column AB, member beam BC and the column CD. They are subjected to different loading, having different span and also having different inertia. Okay, so let us solve this problem using structure approach. So remember, in structure approach we are using the equation AD equal to ADL plus K into D. So once we finalize our degree of freedom, after that we'll calculate each matrix one by one. We'll again put all the calculated matrices in this equation and solve for this unknown D matrix, that is unknown displacement of this figure, and then we will calculate using the last equation AM equal to AML plus AMD into D for the calculation of moments. So let us start the solution. So very first, to find degree of freedom. So as it is seen from the figure of portal frame, so this figure it is categorized into a sway type of frame because at beam level there is no any horizontal constraint provided, as well as the frame it is not symmetrical for loading, geometry as well as boundary condition. So this frame it is sway frame. Therefore here the delta that will occur, the sway of the frame will occur. Okay, so that delta at beam level that we have to consider. Neglect axial deformation. That means the axial deformation of this column in this direction, axial deformation of CD column in vertical direction, and the axial deformation of beam in horizontal direction, that is neglected. Whatever the delta that we are taking here. Okay, I'll draw the second figure again for the frame which is shown in this figure. So when this frame gets deflected, that will deflect in this way. Okay, so this amount of delta, that is the deflection of column in horizontal direction. It is not the deflection of this beam. Okay, the beam, original beam it is here, and the deflected beam here it is. Okay, so that deflection it is for the column, this delta. Okay, so this delta it is not the axial deformation of beam, it is the deformation of columns. Okay, so therefore this way that we need to consider. The other degrees of freedom will go according to the support. Now support A and support D both are fixed support. So for fixed support degree of freedom is 0. Now support B and support C, as they are pin support, so here there will be one rotation at B, theta B, and at C, theta C. Okay, so these 2 degrees of freedom, theta B, theta C, and third degree of freedom it is this common delta. So total degree of freedom are 3, that is we'll take delta first, delta at beam level, then rotation at B and rotation at C. Okay, so accordingly in stiffness matrices or this equation contain action corresponding to these unknown degrees of freedom. So very first degree of freedom is delta. So for that we need any reaction or any external force which is given at beam level. Okay, that we have to write in corresponding to this delta. The second is theta B and third is theta C. So action corresponding to rotation is always moment. So action corresponding to theta B is moment at B. Action corresponding to theta C is moment at C point. So accordingly we have to write the stiffnesses in these matrices. Okay, so very first we'll calculate this AD matrix. So step number 2, AD matrix equal to, it is a column matrix containing 3 elements as degree of freedom is 3. So very first, corresponding to this delta, reaction at beam level. So see in problem statement figure, at B point or at C point, in this direction, in horizontal direction, okay, at B and at C, there is no any horizontal force given. Therefore, this AD matrix in first element, it is 0. Second element, theta b, that is action corresponding to theta b is moment at B. So see in original figure, no moment is given. Therefore, write here 0. Similarly, at C point, at this spin support C, there is no moment given at C point. So again, this third element is 0. Okay. So this way, this AD matrix, that is action corresponding to displacement in original structure. So whatever the action corresponding to these 3 degrees of freedom, if it is present, that you have to write according to sign convention. If not, you have to write 0. Now second matrix, that is ADL. So write in step number 3, ADL matrix, that is action corresponding to displacement in restraint structure. So here you have to draw the restraint structure. So there are 3 members, we'll draw it separately. The first member AB, which is subjected to 10 kilonewton load at 4 meter distance from B, 6 meter distance from A. Similarly, the second member BC, subjected to UDL 3 kilonewton per meter, length 4 meter. And third member CD, subjected to point load 5 kilonewton, length are mentioned there in figure, that is written. Now for all these restrained members, we have to calculate their fixed end moments here, and as well as reactions also, because our one unknown, it is in terms of delta, and for that we require reaction at beam level. Okay, so here we'll calculate for AB member. So here for AB member, the moment at A will be in anti-clockwise, at B it will be in clockwise direction. So at A the moment is WAB square upon L square. So 10 into 6 into 4 square divided by L square. So that moment is 9.6 kilonewton meter. 9.6 kilonewton meter. BA moment, restraint moment at B support, 10 into 4 into 6 square divided by 10 square, 14.4 kilonewton meter. Now reaction at A point and B point. So calculate this reaction using summation of moment about A point and summation Fy equal to 0. So you will get these two reactions. So if you take summation of moment about A, so this clockwise 9.6, 9.6, then this anti-clockwise, clockwise minus 14.4, then moment of this 10 kilonewton about A point, so that is in a clockwise direction, 10 into distance 6 meter. All it is, if you take on other side of equal to, so that becomes positive, divide by the reaction, this RB, moment of this RB about A point, so RB into this total 10, so divide by 10, 6.48, that is the reaction at B point, 6.48 kilonewton. We are taking the moment about A point. Now in summation Fy, so in summation Fy, 10 minus this RB value, you will get this RA as 3.52 kilonewton. 3.52 kilonewton. Now similarly, do calculate for remaining members. So here For member BC, the moment WL square upon 12. So that moment value is 4 kilonewton meter. CB 4 kilonewton meter. Calculate this reaction. So that reaction will be 6 kilonewton. 6 kilonewton. Similarly calculate for CD member. So here this CD member moment 2.4 kilonewton meter anti-clockwise, and DC clockwise moment 3.6 kilonewton meter. Reactions here, this reaction is equal to 3.24 kilonewton and here it is 1.76 kilonewton. Okay, so for restraint structure we have calculated at all support their fixed moment according to the external load and their reaction from summation of moment and summation Fy equal to 0. Write ADL matrix. So ADL matrix, that is a column matrix containing 3 elements. So here the first element corresponding to delta at beam level, second corresponding to theta B, third corresponding to theta C. So from restraint structure all these values that we have to write from this one. So very first element delta corresponding to delta. So here it should be a reaction at beam level in horizontal direction. So see at beam level, that is at B point in horizontal direction at B point and C point. So at B point this is the reaction in left direction. So that is minus 6.48. For beam there is no any horizontal reaction. Now for this column C at C point, this is the reaction 1.76 in positive direction. So here plus 1.76. Okay, so their addition will be the final element here, that is minus 4.72 kilonewton. Action corresponding to delta. So this elements, that is the reaction at point B and C in horizontal direction. That reaction, that is the element here, action corresponding to this delta. Now second element, action corresponding to theta B, that is moment at B point, only at B point. It is theta B, so moment at B point. So see in restraint structure at B point, what is the moment? So here for this AB member at B point, this is the moment in clockwise direction, minus 14.4. And again here at B point, this is the moment, that is 4 in anti-clockwise direction. So minus 14.4 plus 4, that is minus 10.4. And last, that is action corresponding to theta C, moment at C. So these two moments add algebraically according to their sign convention and write here. So this minus 4 and plus 2.4, that is minus 1.6. So this is your final ADL matrix. Now this next calculation, it is for stiffness matrix K. So here next step number 4, calculation for stiffness matrix K. Now the very first degree of freedom, it is delta. So let us take each degree of freedom by giving unit deflection, unit deformation to each degree of freedom one by one. So let us take delta equal to 1. So when delta equal to 1, when we are giving the horizontal sway by unit deformation in horizontal direction, so consider in right direction, that is in positive direction. Okay, so here only columns will be deflected. Okay, so here I'll draw AB column and then this CD column. Okay, because axial deformation for beam as it is neglected, so there will be only deformation of this column in horizontal direction. So here this delta equal to 1 by giving unit deflection in positive direction. So here it will take this type of shape. It will get deflected in this way. Okay. Now draw here moment, corresponding moment. So here this moment it is 6 EI upon L square. The same moment that will appear here, 6 EI upon L square. Length of this member, it is total length, it is 10 meter, and inertia is given 4 times psi. So here each value you have to multiply with 4 because inertia is given 4I. Okay, so these are the moments that will generate here. So see, both moments are in a anti-clockwise direction. So reaction, I'll draw the reaction sign here. Reaction should form clockwise couple. Therefore, this reaction at B, it should be in right, and reaction at A should be in left direction. And magnitude 6A upon L square plus 6A upon L square divided by span. So that is 12 EI 4 times I divided by L cube. Same magnitude 12 EI upon L cube. Okay. So here we will calculate for this member 6 into 4 divided by 10 square. So here this moment it is 0.24 EI. Here also 0.24 EI. Now magnitude here, magnitude of reaction 12 into 4 divided by 10 cube, 0.048 EI. (0.048 EI). Similarly, do calculate for this CD member. So here length of member is 5 meter, inertia is I. So these moments will be 6 divided by 5 square, 0.24 EI. And reaction, both are in a anti-clockwise direction. Reaction should form clockwise couple. So this reaction at C should be right, reaction at D should be in left direction. Magnitude 12 EI upon L cube, that is 12 upon 5 cube, 0.096 EI. Okay. When we will write the stiffness matrix K, assemble the matrix K, that time we want the three values from each figure when each degree of freedom is equal to 1, and those three values are action corresponding to these three unknown degrees of freedom, that is reaction at B, C, moment at B, moment at C. So simultaneously let us write for each degree of freedom when it is equal to 1, the three values: reaction at B and C, moment at B, and moment at C, so that we will directly pick these three values from each figure and we'll write in stiffness matrix K column wise. So here reaction at B and C, horizontal reaction. So here at B, this horizontal reaction in a right direction, at C horizontal reaction in a right direction. So these two reactions, that is the total summation reaction at B and C, which is action corresponding to delta. So 0.048 EI plus 0.096 EI. Okay, so that is the reaction at B. Now moment at B. So at B, this is the moment in anti-clockwise direction, that is 0.24 EI. And moment at C, so this moment again 0.24 EI in positive direction. Okay, so these three values will appear as a first column in K matrix. Now let us take second degree of freedom, that is when delta B equal to 1. On next page, let theta b equal to 1. So when theta b equal to 1, that is unit rotation, when we are giving the unit rotation at B point. So member AB, because B it is common to these two members B and BC. AB and BC. The CD member will remain as it is. It will not be any, there will not be any deflection. So here at B point, rotate this end B in anti-clockwise direction. So when we rotate in anti-clockwise direction, this will get deflected in this way. Okay, it will get deflected in this way in anti-clockwise direction. Theta b equal to 1. Similarly, give unit rotation at B end for member BC. So here this will be the deformation of that. Now calculate the rotational stiffnesses. So near end rotational stiffness here. Before that, length of AB member, it is total length is 10 meter. For BC member, length is 4 meter. I is given 4 times I for both AB and BC member. So that we have to consider while calculating these rotational stiffnesses, 4 EI upon L and 2 EI upon L. So I, that should be multiplied with 4. So calculate here at B, this near end stiffness 4 EI upon L. So that is equal to 1.6 EI, and here 2 EI divided by 10, that is 0.8 EI. Now reaction because of this. So those reactions are, here both moments are in a anti-clockwise direction. So reaction should form clockwise couple. Therefore this reaction at B should be in right direction and at A it should be in left direction. Now reaction magnitude is 4 EI upon L plus 2 EI upon L divided by L. So that is 6 EI upon L square. So 6 multiplied by inertia 4 times divided by length square. So 0.24 EI at B and 0.24 EI at A point. Now for member BC. So member BC, the stiffness, that is unit rotation, is given at B point. So here 4 EI upon L and here 2 EI upon L. So calculate that. 4 into 4 times inertia divided by length square divided by length. So that is equal to 4 EI, the moment here, and at C point 2 EI upon L. So that is 2 EI. Now reaction. So reaction should be in a clockwise direction as moments are in anti-clockwise. So reaction at B upward, reaction at C downward. The value is 6 EI, that is 6 into 4 times inertia divided by span square L square 4 square. So here it is 1.5 EI and here 1.5 EI. CD, it will remain as it is because rotation, unit rotation is given only for B point. So because of that AB and BC are affected. Now for this figure we will write reaction at B and C combinedly, then moment at B and last moment at C. So this will form the second column of K matrix. So reaction at B and C. So here see in this figure, this is the reaction 0.24 EI. So right here 0.24 EI at B. So moment at B, there are two moments for AB member, BC member. So this 1.6 and this 4. Okay. So this 1.6, it is in anti-clockwise, 4 is also in anti-clockwise direction. So 1.6 plus 4, that is 5.6 EI. And last moment at C. So moment at C, it is anti-clockwise 2 EI. Okay. So this will form our second column in K matrix. Now last degree of freedom, that is theta C, is remaining. So let us consider theta C equal to 1. That is giving unit rotation at C point, draw deflected shape, calculate their stiffnesses and reaction, and from that write the three values. So here, as we are giving the rotation at C point, so AB member will be a straight member, BC and CD. Okay, so here we are giving the unit rotation at this B point. So rotate the arrow in a anti-clockwise positive direction and see how it deflects. So this will deflect in this way. Similarly, for column at C point giving unit rotation in positive direction, so this member will get bent in this direction. So calculate the stiffnesses here. Length is 4 meter, inertia is I. So here that value 4 EI into length 4. So here that stiffness moment is 4 EI. Far end stiffness 2 EI. Reaction, these both are in a anti-clockwise direction. So reaction should be in a clockwise direction this way. So that reaction will be 6 EI upon L square, that is 1.5 EI, 1.5 EI. Now for CD column, giving unit rotation at this theta C equal to 1, this is the deflected shape, rotational stiffness. So length of this member, it is equal to, for CD member the total length is 5 meter, inertia is I. So simply calculate 4 EI upon 5, that is 4 divided by 5, 0.8 EI, and here 2 EI upon L, that is 0.4 EI. Reaction, both moments are in a anti-clockwise direction, so reaction should form clockwise couple. So reaction at C, it is in a right direction, at D in a left direction. Magnitude, that is addition of moment divided by span, so 0.8 plus 0.4 divided by span is 5 meter. So that reaction is 0.24 EI, 0.24 EI. And now for this, when theta C is equal to 1, what is the action corresponding to delta B, that is reaction at B and C, write down. Second action corresponding to theta B, moment at B, and third action corresponding to theta C, moment at C. Okay, so what is the reaction at B and C? So here in this figure, this is the only one reaction that appears. So right here, as it is in positive direction, so positive value. Then moment at B, so moment at B, only this value is there. So right here 2 EI. And moment at C, so there are two values of moment at C, both are in anti-clockwise direction. So 4 plus 0.8, 4.8 EI. Okay, so this will be your third column of K matrix. So write down the final stiffness matrix K, taking EI outside the matrix. The three column that we have formed earlier. So from first figure, here when delta is equal to 1, these are the values that we have calculated. So very first value 0.048 plus 0.096, so that is equal to 0.144. Then second value 0.24 and third value 0.24. Okay, that is the first column that is generated from when delta is equal to 1. Now second column that we have written when theta B equal to 1, these values 0.24, 5.6, 2, and last column that is this one 0.24, 2 and 4.8. So second column that is generated from theta B equal to 1, third from theta C. All these values are corresponding to delta, theta B, theta C. Number 5, that is write the equation, compatibility equation AD equal to ADL plus K into D. These matrices we have calculated in earlier step. AD it is 0. ADL matrix, that is minus 4.72, minus 10.4, minus 1.6, plus K matrix 0.144, 0.24, 0.24, 0.24, 5.6, 2, 0.24, 2 and 4.8. And delta, that is D matrix, that is delta, theta B, theta C. Take in a sequence as we have calculated these stiffnesses in a sequence when delta equal to 0, theta B equal to 1, delta equal to 1, theta B equal to 1 and theta C equal to 1. So solve this equation, you will get your answers for delta equal to, theta B equal to and theta C equal to. So these values, answers are 34.046 upon EI, theta B is equal to 1.0419 upon EI and theta C answer minus 1.803 upon EI. Okay, so these are the final values of deformation. Once these values are known, last you can apply the equation for calculation of moment, that is AM equal to AML plus AMD into D. So AM, that is all unknown values. AML means values of these unknown moments from restrained structure, plus AMD, that means values of same moments when each degree of freedom is equal to 1. So here in this there will be 3 columns and 4 values, and delta, that is these unknowns delta. Okay, so this procedure it is explained in previous videos. Refer that and do calculate this final unknown moments. Okay, thank you.